Great move, Thomas Chabot scores!
He bursts over the Panther line, White to the net, shoots, and he scores!
Here's Kachuk, right in, scores! Balzer's a handoff to Balzer's, going to the net, scores!
Welcome to Sens Talk. My name is Brandon, and I am your host. Before we get started, please follow us on Twitter at SensTalk_, for up-to-date dates of the games and, of course, breaking news. As well, please check out our sponsor, SeatGeek.com, or download the app in the App Store and use your promo code SensTalk. Save $20 off your first purchase. The links are in the description below. Now, today's game on Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to anyone that celebrates, was between the Ottawa Senators and the Minnesota Wild. Minnesota going into this game was looking for the first win of the season. They're 0-4-0. Meanwhile, the Senators were looking to improve after their dominating performance against the Tampa Bay Lightning, trying to win back-to-back games for the first time this season. Starting goaltenders were Craig Anderson and Alex Day-Ottawa, respectively, for the Minnesota Wild and Ottawa Senators. So now some lineup notes. Firstly, Paul and Swartz were called up from Belleville. Bodker's in, Swartz is in, Paul is scratched for some reason. I don't know why they didn't put Paul in. Paul, I feel like he has some potential to be a third, fourth liner. Why not give him a go? But anyways, Anisimov is injured. He should be back for next game on Thursday. And Bodker is on the trade block, according to Bruce Garriock. That's why he's being put into some action. So the first period to go, this game was pretty boring. I was at this game with my friend. And, they have a new cup, though, so that was pretty cool. A new Brady cup. You can see his face. It's kind of cool, but overall, boring game. If I'm a Minnesota Wild fan, this is the kind of game that Minnesota wanted. Third period, Victor Rask slashes Chabot, takes the puck away, roofs it past Anderson for the game winner. The Wild win this one 2-0. There's not much to talk about, really. There are two goals, one of them an empty netter, Parise with the empty netter. Wild win 2-0. If I'm a Minnesota Wild fan, this is the game you wanted. This is a big win for them to get some momentum, confidence for them as well. It's key. You don't want to go 0-5. 1-4, you get some points. Maybe they could start going on a roll. Now for the Senators, Alex Stalock for the Minnesota Wild was absolutely fantastic tonight. He made 26 stops, and multiple of them were robbery stops on the Ottawa Senators. He looked fantastic tonight. He gets a shutout. Anderson looked really amazing too, actually. It was a really good defensive matchup for the goalie matchup anyway, but Stalock played fantastic. He deserved the shutout, and he got it. Nemesnikov was robbed. The Senators' offense pressed, and they pressed the first two periods. Stalock stood strong, and then the third period, the Minnesota Wild took over, and they looked more, They looked more desperate. They knew they needed this win. This was a win that they should have in the bag, and they got it. Honestly, this is the game Minnesota wanted to play. They got the result in Ottawa. The first two periods, if you're an Ottawa player or Ottawa Senators fan, it was boring because it's Bruce Boudreau hockey, the Minnesota Wild head coach. However, the Senators played well the first two periods, but the third period they weren't desperate enough and they didn't get the win because they didn't want it more than the Minnesota Wild. Shots and goal, 35-26, the final. Face-offs, Ottawa just narrowly lost the battle, 34-33. Ottawa's power play is 0-17 now to start the season, so DJ Smith in a post-press conference today after the game said they're going to mix up the lines, try to juggle it around, see what they can do. 0-17 to start the year. That is very bad. Today in the power play, Chabot, you just see him swirling around in the neutral zone, couldn't find a lane. The Minnesota Wild really clogged up the lanes as well, especially in that third period for Ottawa. Not a lot of sustained momentum for the Senators throughout the game, and in that third period, like I tweeted out, they were chasing the puck a lot, which shows how desperate Minnesota was for the win. But on that power play, just couldn't get puck possession. The puck either was always thrown out by them, miscommunication, just not organized, and Minnesota was easily clogging the holes and throwing it out. So that power play looks very disorganized, and they need to fix it ASAP. Hits for 25-17 Wild. Third start of the game, Craig Anderson, 34 stops on 34 shots on goal, stopped 33 of them, 971 save percentage. Second start, Victor Rask, a beautiful goal, roofed it, blocker side past Craig Anderson. Even though there should have been a penalty, he slashed Thomas Chabot, but that's why. So what happened is Chabot was on the boards with Rask. Rask slashed Chabot. Lost his stick. Rask now had a clear lane because Chabot was picking up his stick and then roofed it. Missed call, led to the game winner. Stalock, fantastic game by him. First star, 26 stops for the shutout. Attendance tonight was 11,500. It looked like 13-14. I was at the game. It wasn't that bad, the attendance, but I guess it was much lower than I thought it was. But overall, if you're a Sens fan, the first 2 periods look encouraging. Stalock just stood tall. And if you're a Minnesota Wild fan, you want to see more of that third period because they looked desperate and they got the win and they just kept on pressing the Senators, hit the post a couple times too. They looked good, Minnesota. And if I'm a Minnesota Wild fan, hopefully that continues forward for them. And for Ottawa, it's just a loss. And the next game now will be on Thursday. We'll get to that after the Sens Talk Star of the Night. So let's get to that. The Sens Talk Star of the Night, voted by you, the fans. So the Sens Talk Star of the Night, voted by you, the fans, is as follows. In 4th place with 8% of the vote, Mark Borowiecki. This is the first time in a very long time, or if not ever, that I put Borowiecki in the top 4 poll. Borowiecki, I found myself multiple times today saying good defensive coverage by Borowiecki, good defensive play, or good offensive play. He jumped up in the play a few times, had some chances, specifically played well defensively with DeMello. That pair has been quietly the best pair this season, maybe after Chabot and Zaitsev, and I'm looking forward to see what Borowiecki can do moving forward. But this was a solid game for Borowiecki and an overall bad performance by the Senators. 3rd star, 12% of the vote, Tom Chabot. He had a few nice moves, had some. I saw some people tweeting me saying that he didn't have the best game, but that's because Minnesota Wild were really clogging up the lane. I thought Chabot had a few nice moves, but the Sens were just so disorganized on the power play. He couldn't use that, the smooth and the skill that he has to create anything because there's no one there to pass to. 2nd star, Anthony Duclair, 22% of the vote. He had a back-to-back games now. Duclair could have scored, but he was robbed by Stalock's pad. Multiple chances for him. On the penalty kill specifically, I like the penalty kill for Ottawa. They've been fantastic, really attacking and being aggressive to every single forward with the puck, and that's caused them to have one of the best, if not the best, power penalty kill in the league. And Duclair, solid on the penalty kill again and creating chances offensively. 2nd star. 1st star, no chance, no doubt about it. 971 save percentage, stopping 33 of 34. Craig Anderson, one of the best games, if not of the last couple of years for him. This was a solid game for him, best of the season so far. He should have got the shutout. Unfortunately, he didn't. He's the 1st star, 58% of the vote. He's a Sens Talk Star of the Night, deservingly so. A fantastic game for Craig Anderson, making big save after big save. Besides that, thank you for watching. The Sens fall to the Minnesota Wild 2-0. Minnesota gets a much-needed win, and the Senators, I guess, get a much-needed loss for Lafreniere. The next Sens game is Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time versus the Vegas Golden Knights. So I'll see you then when the Sens take on Vegas at 10. So thank you for watching. Please follow us on Twitter at SensTalk_ for like to see the games and, of course, breaking news. Please like us on Facebook at SensTalk, add us to circles on Google Plus SensTalk, click the big red button down there, and subscribe to us. Like the video, share this video wherever your cool stuff. Please check our website, SensTalkCentral.com. And of course, please check out our sponsor, SeatGeek.com, or download the app in the App Store and use your promo code SensTalk, save $20 off your first purchase. Besides that, the Wild 2, the Senators nothing. I'll see you probably Friday after the Senators take on the Mark Stone and the Vegas Golden Knights. I'll see you then. Go Sens, go.